We have a map order. We are almost good to go. Is this here for the banter? There might be a little bit of banter. I'm legit, guys, pretty clueless about this one. Obviously, Prime ZG would win. Prime ZG was better than what Pie is right now. But ZombieGrub obviously has also been taking some time off. She's working very hard on her documentaries. She's been traveling a lot. She hasn't played, especially the PTR, a whole bunch. Like, I think it's, in my mind, this should be close right now. And I gotta say, Pie has punched above his weight a couple times. For the people who wonder why did Pie get the opportunity to play ZombieGrub, well, last Monday in the Kalara Setfest and Ruddy Cup, Pie beat Gemini. And I think that's a legitimately very impressive win. I always say that if people want to play in the Big Brain Bouts, I want to see them in these weekly events, whether it's Wardy's one in the afternoon, mine in the evening, well, together with James and Setfest, of course, or if it's the Proto and Piggy one and the American one, doesn't matter. If you play in those, I'll keep an eye on the results, and if you do something awesome, I'll gladly invite you. Pie beating Gemini, in my mind, is awesome. So, that's why Pie got the opportunity to play. Thank you so much, Andy, for the 10 buckies. When is the final? Approximately, we aim for 9 PM, but it could be a little bit later. Could also be earlier, like if you have a bunch of 3-0s, it's earlier. But most of the time, it is around 9:15. So, Reynor MaxPax approximately in 3 hours and 15 minutes from now. Good luck, Pie. Good luck, of course, to ZombieGrub as well. I believe if you guys want to watch ZombieGrub, her first-person view, she is also streaming, so you guys can always take a look at her FPV. We're going to go ahead and hop into our first game of this Friday night. Big Brain Bouts number 75. For me, a little bit of an anniversary edition. I'm very excited for this one. I think all 4 matches awesome. Obviously, we have the Home Story Cup qualifier match. We'll go into that later between Mixu and Sep. But for now, we're going to start off with an absolute banger on an old school map. Tonight's map pool, guys, is 6 of the new maps of the PTR. Then Dragon Skills. You guys may remember this one from all the great games Serral played on this map against Clem, Cure, Maru, etc. Obviously, Solar also hurt us on this map with his ZVZs in the WTL finals, but I don't want to talk about that. We got our revenge anyway. And what else do we have? Data C and Lost and Found. Yeah, so unfortunately, neither player is playing under their real nickname, but it goes without saying that Pie Wingant is Pie, and Agvini? I don't know what that means. I don't know what it is ZombieGrub. So I apologize about the names. I asked them to change it. I guess they can change it. It is what it is. Let's get it on.
Let's get it on. Round 1, fight.
The Wheel of Time reference? Okay, that honestly goes over my head. In the bottom right side, he is representing himself as a clan, but he is not representing himself with the regular name. He's just making fun of his friend. This is our Polish Zerg player getting the win over Gemini last Monday. Pie. In the top left side, we are looking at the main base of one of the GOAT SC2 commentators in my eyes. I've had the pleasure of working alongside her for many years. At this point, she's working incredibly hard on making the best SC2 documentary that we've ever seen. She's traveling around the world, and I think she might even come to Home Story Cup to do more interviews there. This is ZombieGrubby. ZombieGrub, I think, has a tendency to play some mech. I know Pie has been worried about Battle Mech. Is that what we are going to see tonight? I don't know. There is a chance from Pie. I think we're going to see a bit of everything. I think we'll see some Roachling Ravager. I think he will just react to what ZombieGrub is doing. Might try to play a cheeky Mura game, but obviously Muras can be risky against the Thors, Battle Cyclones, and Widowmines. Thank you, Original Booger Mate, for the kind words. Thank you, Kaba Juice. I appreciate it, guys. Pie opening up with a pool. I don't know why he did it. I don't think... There's many things to worry about, but I think ZombieGrub opening up with Proxy 2 Rex or 3 Rex is not one of them. Did avoid the Reaper though, so right when the Reaper of ZombieGrub is on the other side of the map trying to prevent a hatchery, the Zerglings of Pie are showing up. So Pie gets some value. He's not going to get a cancel on this command center, but getting the SCV and getting a big delay on the CC is obviously pretty good. I do think Pie is sticking around maybe a tiny bit too long with his Lynx, but the Lynx actually killed a Marine. That's a kill that should not have happened. Hopefully for ZombieGrub, this will be it. Not a bad start for Pie. Pie is misclicking there for a split second on the command center. If he would have been able to click on the SCV, I actually think he gets this SCV as well. Spicy start between these two. Of course, the winner gets 60 bucks, the loser gets 15. Pie is playing on the wing end. ZombieGrub is playing on their Egwene. Egwene? I don't know how to pronounce it, guys, because I don't know what the word means. Something about the Wheel of Time. I am not related. I am not familiar. Maybe you guys can help me. How do I pronounce it? So I won't make a fool of myself. It is the name? Egwene? Is that how you say it? Wayne? Okay, we'll go with Egwene. It means the Wheel of Time. Or it's related to the Wheel of Time. Pie's got a lair on the way. Zergling speed is done. ZombieGrub takes a little look into the main base. Pie has been playing this game for a lot, so he should be familiar with dragon skills, but I think ZombieGrub has probably played a few more games on this map. Don't lose your Reaper, ZG. ZG! Yeah. Okay, distracted by the Zerglings on the other side of the map, ends up losing her Reaper. Opening up, by the way, guys, with a fusion core. Egwene. We can do Egwene, we can do Egwene. It's all good. I'm just gonna go with ZombieGrub. Pie's MMR is around 4,400. ZG in her prime was a lot higher than that, but ZombieGrub hasn't played a whole lot. And as you guys know, I'm a big believer of people are always getting better in Starcraft 2 and the overall level keeps on going up. I've played a couple games against Pie. Pie being able to defeat someone like Gemini, I think says it all. Gemini is a strong player, and sure, those were not the most beautiful games ever, but a win is a win. On top of that, Pie is a motivated going, and he's been putting in work. ZombieGrub is hitting us with the Hellion drive-by though, getting a couple good shots off. One more for the boys. ZG getting 13 drones. Ay caramba. Pie's hurting, guys. Oh my goodness, 17 drones. Yeah, last Monday, YBC. Beat him 2-1 in the Kalara Setfest and Roddy Cup. Gemini did have a massive throw. Well, massive. Did have a bit of a throw. Yeah, a win is a win. This is big though for ZombieGrub, guys. Don't forget, Battle Cruiser on the way, and Queens are more expensive these days. And I don't think that, yeah, Pie's got no idea about it. I thought it was very impressive, and that's why I hit him with the invite. Get the Zergling, sneak in, Pie, you need to get into the main base, mate. This is not where you look for SCV damage, this is where you look for that great scout. I don't think he's thinking about the BCs at all. Getting 3 SCVs is nice, losing 17 drones is not nice. He doesn't even need the BC anymore. Well, the BC is gonna show up anyway. Battle Cruiser has arrived. Pie's got no spore crawler, 0 spores, 5 queens. We lost too many drones, guys. We're gonna lose a few more drones maybe to the Hellions that are now in the third base. They're gonna show up in the natural as well. Queens turn around for a split second. Pie is hurting bad economically. ZombieGrub is not done yet. I bet ZG is having a great time. These are the games that you look for as a Terran. Ooh, the Battle Cruiser even finds the Spire. Pie, I do think he's going to be able to save his Spire, but he's lost over 30 drones in this game. Cooked him quite literally. Now the follow-up, since it is mech, sometimes the follow-up is a bit slower. And like if this was a strong bio follow-up, then obviously there is no way to ever recover if you lose this many drones. I mean, we lost 38 workers, guys, in a 7-minute game. That's of course way too many. Perhaps there is a small chance against mech that you can live to fight another day and you can keep the army at bay, but it's always going to be difficult. Mech bio, this will always be hard. Especially because I kind of feel that our boy Pie is not done yet. Losing drones. The rough is an understatement. ZombieGrub is a beast. One of the Hellions does fall. The other Hellions are gonna try to make their way out. Maybe one more will fall to the Zerglings here, but obviously the most important thing for ZombieGrub is that she keeps her Battle Cruiser count up. She managed to teleport this one home. The Corruptor count was so low that I guess it wasn't able to get enough damage out. Obviously the Queens were not in range. 3 base Terran with a 15 worker lead. Well, there's money on the line, guys. 60 bucks for the winner of this series. Obviously, ZG is not here to give Pie a good time. He's ready to bring the pain. And I can guarantee you guys, even if you've been a caster all these years, if you have an opportunity to play a winnable series for money, you're gonna do your best. It's just always fun. Oh, Pie is having such a nightmare of a game, by the way. Sweet baby Jesus. In 9 minutes, ZombieGrub has now killed a Lewis Hamilton amount of drones. As he's still not done. He's going for the Cardinal Signs, baby. Oh my god, Pie, stop. Stop it. 56. Ay caramba. Well, oh, ZombieGrub, hello. Accidental rally happens to the best of us, guys. This happens to the best of us. It's like, you know what? I've killed so many of your drones. I'll give you a couple SCVs. Because I'm sweet like that. You know ZG can be sweet. Continues to rally Hellions in. Poor Pie. ZombieGrub doubling the work account there, guys, for a split second. 36 drones against 72 SCVs. Ay caramba. That's a big difference. Pie is not going to tap out early. He is going to try to make something happen with, I guess, a bunch of roaches. You know, when your back is up against the wall, you do what you do best, and that is you build a couple of roaches. Now, roaches are cheap. You can build a surprising amount of them. If we have this many roaches out, we really shouldn't be losing anymore. The blue flame... did they do anything with blue flame, by the way? I feel like first they did on the patch, and then they didn't, right? They changed it back or something. But I believe there was a small buff initially to blue flame. I don't even really keep up anymore at this point. So many things have changed. I just watch the games and we'll figure it out. I said earlier on Discord, what I learned from past games is ZombieGrub loves Hellions and hates drones. Well, the prep was good. We can absolutely say that the prep by Pie was good. But prep alone does not win games. The blue flame buff got reverted here. Still a 19 worker lead on the side of ZombieGrub. As this game has slowed down a little bit. What I said earlier is obviously it takes a little while to really get mech going. It's not the same as dropping a couple Rexes and pumping out 40 Marines at a time, stimming on the other side of the map and closing out the game. I don't think that ZombieGrub has really done a whole lot wrong. Maybe could have been a tiny bit more aggressive with some of those first mech units, since he dealt such an insane amount of economic damage. I kind of feel like the BCs have been a little bit inactive. Maybe he's just trying to keep them safe. Obviously the Spire was done, but Pie did not have the economy to make like 15 Corruptors, you know, so I actually think you could have absolutely flown your battlecruisers to the other side of the map. Kill a couple drones, kill a couple queens, and teleport them home. It is sometimes scary though, because no matter how good your start is, guys, if you don't have a strong follow-up, and you let the Zerg just eventually still get an army, let them max out, there's always a chance that the Zerg is still able to make some magic happen. Pie is gonna try to make magic happen with roaches and tunneling claws, but there is a missile turret. Doesn't quite see it. There's a missile turret in the third. There's a missile turret in every base. Pie! Stop it. No, Pie, there are missile turrets everywhere. My man did not know. A couple of the roaches do manage to kind of sneak deep into the natural. Some of them might even make it into the main base. There's a turret there too though. ZombieGrub is gonna try to end this very first game as Pie makes 21 additional roaches. It's gonna take a fight here. There are 12 tanks. Pie now's got 44 roaches. Oh my god, it's gonna hurt. So many tanks on the side of ZombieGrub. And 44 roaches turns into like 5 roaches almost immediately. Game 1 is all ZG. Game 1 is just all ZombieGrub. I thought for a split second maybe he let go of her lead a tiny bit. And it could have been scary. Because Pie does have +2 missile attacks and he had tunneling claws. But That was obviously a great fight. Roach count is back up to 34, but it's Lair Tech Zerg. There are no Vipers, there are no Infestors, and the tank count is so freaking high. The scan goes down on the side of ZombieGrub, the scan goes down on the other side as well. Pie is going to donate 20 additional Roaches, but might get a Hellbat, will never get a Thor, and it's definitely not gonna get them tanks. Game 1, guys. Honestly, domination on the side of ZombieGrub. No other way to put it. ZombieGrub dominated Pie in game 1. Where Pie had a start that I think was somewhat promising with the Lynx, getting the SCV, getting the Reaper. It's just the Battle Cruiser did a lot, but it wasn't the BC, it was just mostly the Hellions. The Hellions just never stopped. Don't be weird, Mind Explosion. Show respect. Time to pull out the Veiling Bust. Game 2 will be played on one of the new maps, Ley Lines. What's the map for this event? The 6. I should have a comment for that. But it's the 6 new maps and then 3 maps from the past, just because I like them. Dragon Skills, Data Sea, and Lost and Found. Hello Foxer, thank you mate for the 23 months. 23 is a great number. 8 may be my favorite number, but I think 23 my second favorite number. It's not because my brother is born on the 23rd, because he's kind of a dick. But my old puppy was born on the 23rd of May. Nice haircut. Got it 2 days ago, mate. Same barber for many years. My barber is cooking, by the way, guys. My barber went from having to get a loan to open his store to expanding to get a second person to work there, now having a third person working there. Then he got a sick pickup truck, and now he traded in the pickup truck for a cool Jeep. I was like, what the hell? I chose the wrong profession over here, guys. I should have done a little bit less yapping and a little more cutting hairs, cause my barber is absolutely cooking. It's a beautiful story. And he's really cool. I'm happy for him, but I'm also jealous. Alright, round 2. First best of 5 of the night. BASILISK Big Brain Bouts number 75.
Round 2. Fight!
Bottom left side of Ley Lines. We are looking at the main base of the man who had a promising start with that pool before hatch. Couple Zerglings, snuck them to the other side of the map. Could have killed one more SCV, didn't, but it was all good. But once the Hellions showed up, it was all ogre. It is our Polish Zerg, Pie. And ignore the wing end part. The boys were just having fun. Pie is a good friend with Wingend, and Wingend named himself Pie when he sniped me or somebody else, and then Wingend named whatever. They took each other's names and they're having fun with it. In the top right side, we are looking at the main base, one of the greatest casters that we've ever had, and still have, unfortunately. Hailing these days from Denver, Colorado, it is ZombieGrub. On this Friday night, the 8th of November. Now we have 4 exciting series. They just keep getting better. I am not gonna probably make next week as cool as this one. Wait, next week is not, no. Actually, we have 2 more before Home Story Cup, right? Home Story Cup is the last weekend of the month. Yeah? We're actually both Pie Wingend. That's horrible. I don't know why you guys like making life hard on me and all the other casuals out there. Because you know that I'm gonna have to answer questions all night long. Whether it's on the Monday night or a Friday night. How many ranked games have you played this week, by the way, Wingend? And what's the record? Because Roddy is closing in, I hope you know. Hanging out with the Oracle 2, Oracle 3 boys. I'm only winning. I just can't stop winning. So soon, mate, we're gonna be in each other's ladder games. Ay caramba! 18 is serious. He's such a gamer. -1. Might just keep your rank then, right? Reaper against a normal opening this time around for Pie. gonna dance a little bit. Obviously, CG did make a tiny beauty error or two in the previous game, losing the Reaper against the Queens while being distracted with the Zerglings that Pie sent to the other side of the map in her natural. And later on, we had the miss rally of the SCVs, but at that point, the ZombieGrub was so far ahead that it didn't really hurt. Just trying to make Lambo proud, mate. Lambo, who got announced, by the way, as official player of Home Story Cup. I like how he said in his post, I'm really looking forward to hanging out and casting games. Nothing about showing some great Zerg action. It's just that to go to cast a couple video games, guys. Coach Lambo. The best announcements are still to come for Home Story Cup. And I'm not going to spill the beans, obviously. But Take TV mentioned that there will be a Korean coming who has never came to a Home Story Cup before. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's cool, actually. That's really cool. I think it will get a lot of people excited. I can't say anything, guys. Just keep an eye on the Take TV Twitter account. I'm not going to play the yes or no game. I don't want to lie to you guys. But I do know who it is. I think you guys will be pretty hyped. I think it's very cool. Now, overall, the list looks really cool. Like, I know that we have struggled a tiny bit, we as in the Home Story Cup crew, in getting like the ultimate lineups. It's not because of lack of trying. It's just that, you know, sometimes there were so many tournaments that it was really hard for pro players to justify the trip to not so beautiful Prefeld. Now it's obviously a bit quiet, right? And a lot of Starcraft 2 players are honestly kind of hungry for an offline event. They're looking forward to it. And I think that has really helped in making this a proper, exciting Home Story Cup lineup. Flash indeed has been at the Home Story Cup. Didn't do very well, but he was there. Couple of drones dying to the helium. Oh, Pie, why are we rallying drones into a mineral line that we cannot protect? What am I looking at? We have lost our queen. We're going to lose a couple of the drones now as well. And Pie is hitting us with the counterattack. I mean, sure, but how about we defend our third base? No, I'm not thinking of Flash Store. I'm thinking of MVP, Gemini. I'm sorry, mate. Flash indeed did good. He made it to the final. I'm not thinking of Flash. I was thinking of MVP, who did not do very well. I stand corrected. Sorry, I made a mistake. Just like Pie made a mistake here, by the way, guys. It was MVP who had a very bad Home Story Cup. But Flash indeed did good. And a sick final as well. It's the McDonald's story. Guys, what am I looking at? My boy Pie is getting absolutely blasted. ZombieGrub is way too good for these nerds. The same Pie that absolutely slaughtered Gemini last Monday is now getting blasted by ZombieGrub. Honestly, this begs the question, what would ZombieGrub do against Gemini? Well, I think it's obvious. 1 + 1 is 2, right? Oh, Pie. Pie is not ready for the Hellions and Hellbats of ZG. As all the drones are doing a little ring around the rosy. ZG is still a beast. Even if he's busy making documentaries, hasn't played a whole lot. Perhaps the passion level sometimes taking a bit of a hit. But if ZombieGrub sits down and he's ready for a game, oh, he still got it. Can't wait for a rematch in the next KSR. Oh, Pie did nothing wrong, Gemini. Who fights Hellbats with Zerglings? Pie does. Pie is built different, baby. It's like I've seen my boy Reynor do it. Because Reynor dances with queens back and forth and hold positions, you know, for a little while. And CG is just good. Honestly, CG is just still pretty good. Casey is gonna end up losing this Banshee, so that's good by Pie that he brought over the cloaked, or the Overseer, to attack this cloaked Banshee. I like how in game 1 we tried to play with roaches, but obviously it didn't go very well because we lost so many drones. And now in game 2, Pie is like, you know what, I need the Zerglings, baby. And I was like, no, roaches are fine. It's not the roaches where we went wrong, it's just the fact that we didn't have any when all the Hellions kept showing up. And that's where we went wrong. Pie does not like mech, I guess. To be fair, I know that the general consensus is that, oh, it's so easy to beat mech, especially with Protoss, but even with Zerg, if you just do YZ, you're fine. I think it's always difficult playing against a good mech player. For Monday, we're gonna keep it the same, Alex. On Monday, we will do Kalara, Steadfast, and Roddy Cup number 11. But I do think that's the last one. The main reason why we are going to do one more is because obviously it wasn't communicated properly, and I would never want to do something for 10 weeks for it then just disappear. But I think this Monday is the last one. I mean, all of us have spent over $1,000 right now on making this happen. There is still no news from the ESL. I will, however, try to do something else on the Monday night, but just have to see what's possible. I have not figured it out yet. I have not made up my mind yet. Pie is always a Zerg player, yes. Just struggling a little bit. ZG is just playing really well. The Hellion movement has been good. Now, of course, it's not quite Mario against Reynor over here, but how can you knock what ZG is doing here? He is making life very hard on a man that's very active, and Pie just can't really keep up. ZombieGrub and her Hellions are relentless. Pie is going to try to make a desperation attack with a couple of roaches on the other side of the map, but ZombieGrub has tanks for days. Obviously, Pie losing the third base was kind of the beginning of the end here. Had a couple Zerglings, decided to send them to the other side of the map, but that just wasn't really the play. You cannot lose your third base against just a couple of Hellions morphing into Hellbats. Hello, mate. Good luck tonight, mate. Let's go, Pie. Pie is struggling. Unless we get the emergency whisper from Reynor and giving him some words of wisdom, he's in trouble. Why does it say Wingant? For the same reason that it says 7 for me. We just made a funny name. This playstyle is honestly the worst to play against Zerg. Yeah, I'm not. It's not easy to play against mech. I know that it is not easy to play against mech. I don't think it's easy to play against mech when they're good as Protoss either. I only beat it if everything goes right, but if one thing goes wrong, I'm just done immediately. So earlier somebody asked me when Reynor against MaxPax started, and I said like, well, it could be 9, but you never know how it goes. I did not think that ZG was gonna put on this absolute clinic. I don't think ZombieGrub does 2 Rex now. I don't think you need to worry about 2 Rex or 3 Rex. You think Blink builds beat mech builds more easily than Phoenix builds? That really depends on how your opening goes. Like if you go 2 base Blink into a third, and like let's say 2 gateways, Robo, Twilight, a third base, and you take no damage, yeah, then it's easy. If you go 4 gate Blink and you don't kill them, I actually think it becomes really hard. Monday could be community-based prices in some way. Yeah, I don't know what I want to do yet with the Monday. This Monday we have a regular cup. And maybe the Monday after that we'll just do a different kind of cup. But I mean, there is a little more to it. We'll figure it out, guys. It all depends how life goes. We'll see. I'll do my best. And even if it's like temporarily gone, that doesn't mean that it's gone forever. It will. There's always a chance that we come back. Either me alone or me together with the others. We'll figure it out. It'd just be nice if we are not completely in the dark. If we had some sort of an update from ESL, so we know. Because like it's not. We did this as a one-time thing when the weekly disappeared. One-time thing became a 10-time thing. You know, somebody putting up $133 one time is one thing, but doing it 10 weeks in a row, that's $1,000. I could use $1,000, and I'm sure that Kalaris could use $1,000, and I'm sure Steadfast could use $1,000. Like it just starts adding up quickly. And then the only way to really justify it is if there's like a lot of happiness and if there's a lot of appreciation for it. And if you don't even really see that happening, then it's just not worth it, right? You can only try so many things. Flowers wouldn't notice any difference. We like to tease James, but I'm sure he could. The man's got a wedding coming up, mate. And as far as I know, it's going to be a really big one. Uh-oh. For all this talk about ZG does not proxy Rex, ZombieGrub. Oh my goodness. Up to 0. ZG is dirty, baby. In the top right side. Taking the 2-0 lead. It's our American caster, ZombieGrub. And the boys are leaving town, but Pie is hitting us with a 12 pool watt in the bottom left side, playing under the ID wing end. This is Pie. What on earth am I looking at? 12 pool with a gas? What is this? What is this? I mean, this is the sickest blind counter ever, no? Pie's cooking. What is this? This is such a terrible opening in ZVT. But I guess it works. BAC, what's that? Roaches as well. Can you believe it? If ZG sends a couple of Marines into the natural fires, he's gonna run into roaches? This game is gonna get spicy. I think it's just a disaster for ZG, mate. I feel like ZG should always lose this. I'm pretty certain that Pie did not build a drone before the first SCV even left the base, right? So I don't think that Pie knows what he's doing, guys. Is he gonna scout it? Pie! 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 Oh my goodness. The thing is, he might even panic. No, CG is gonna be like, what the hell? You've got Zerglings 1 minute and 50 seconds in? Like, what the hell is even this? This is... So what ZG should probably do, I don't think you should do this. I think you should go home, right? I think what you do is you build a bunker here, run the first 2-3 Marines home, and then you pray. If ZG just gets the bunker, you mean here? On her low ground? No, no, no. I think on the high ground, mate. Not on the low ground. Okay, I don't know what I'm looking at. Pie is gonna drop and expand. Good snipe that SCV, obviously. Please snipe the SCV, Pie, for the love of every... Oh my god, that's close. That is so close, but it gets it. And I gets the Marines as well. Pie is cooking. All the cheesing Terrans are terrified when Pie is cooking. No, run to the other side of the map, mate. There are 2 barracks flying. There are 0 units. The Marines are AFK. ZombieGrub is wondering, what on earth is this nerd doing? I don't know, ZG. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what he was planning, but it should indeed be Omega over. So this is what I meant. I think if ZombieGrub gets a high ground bunker and has 3 Marines inside of it, I actually think he's fine. In a way, he's fine. Right now, I don't think she's ever gonna be fine. Unless Pie somehow, like, lets her do things that she shouldn't be able to do. But ZombieGrub's got no DPS. 1 Marine is out, but it's obviously not home. It's not in the bunker. Like, what are we gonna do with this bunker? We're gonna put an SCV in this bunker? Kill the SCV, Pie. Now kill the add-on. Yes! Oh my god. They grow up so quick, don't they? They grow up so quick. I'm so proud. Look at this Marine. Bad day to be a Marine. ZombieGrub is producing a Cyclone. Of course, we are playing on the PTR. This is where you need a tech lab to build the Cyclone. That is what the community wanted, and the community got what it was looking for. He thinks he's fine. I mean, if Pie did something with all the gas he was mining, since he was getting Zergling speed, I thought he would rally a bunch of links to the other side of the map, and it would just break the wall with Roach Link. He didn't. I still, like, Pie could get an Overlord and morph it, like, morph your roaches into Ravages, Pie. And now we're making links. What? I'm so confused. But I think it's okay. I just think ZombieGrub is not going to have any DPS. I don't think ZG is fine. I still think Pie wins. But this win is honestly so weird and complicated that it should count as a loss. Now we revealed the Zerglings with speed underneath the barracks. I still think Pie is totally okay because he can get Ravagers. He can easily bust the wall. There are no Hellions. There's no tank. There's no Stim Marines. Nah, but like 1 Banshee is not good against all these Zerglings, no? No. The Banshee cannot kill 20 workers. The Banshee is needed at home. If the Banshee is not at home, ZombieGrub is nothing. Guys, it's 33 army supply. I think there is one way where ZG is fine, and that is that if the Banshee kills the Ravagers, and she keeps the main base walled off forever. Pie needs to get in, because Pie has a lot of extra links on the way. He's floating 700 minerals with a 2-base all in. This is a big moment for Pie. Pie does kill the depot. Now he's in. The Ravagers should kill the Hellions immediately, and the Zerglings can kill the rest. Yes. Alright. Well, we have 500 minerals, 225 gas, but Pie is gonna deal devastating amounts of damage here, even though there are 2 Banshees out right now. Obviously, 2 Banshees do kill stuff a whole lot quicker than 1. Pie is now gonna get a Spore Crawler and a Lair. As there are more roaches and lynx showing up. I mean, this is just really confusing, guys. Pie needed a 1-minute break, and I was like, maybe he's getting some help from Reynor or, you know, any of his other good Zerg friends. Honestly, the only thing I can think of is that J Money Magic gave him some advice. This is what this reminds me of. 2 bases, a lot of roaches, a lot of lynx, and way too much money in the bank. I can tell you guys that this is not what Reynor told him. But it is working. Just like J Money Magic, it is working. Unless ZombieGrub is now gonna get her MVP versus Steffel comeback. Didn't come and told him to do a triple Ravager opening before the series. Of 12 pool or? I am certain that it wasn't you, Fionn. I think what Pie did here, guys, is that he overcooked a little bit. And he's like, you know, I'm gonna do 3 different builds through each other, and then this is what we are looking at. But if it's working, it's working. The man is down 0-2. He now has a 17 worker lead in this game. And we are still going to do a little bit of everything. In our first of 4 best of 5. I'm just happy to see that Pie is not gonna get swept. As much as I love ZombieGrub, I don't want to see Pie lose 3-0. That's sad. And Vicky has already been hating on my friends, saying that my friends always lose whenever I invite them to anything. So, I am happy that Pie is not gonna get swept here. Last time I had Lino play a series, Vic was like, why is Lino playing again? Doesn't he like always lose? I'm like, babe, what the hell? He's our friend. She's like, yeah, but he always loses. I was like, be nice. And then he lost. I was like, she's like, see? I was like, damn it, babe. No need to be that brutal. ZombieGrub clicks a whole bunch of Hellions into the main base of Pie, kills 9 drones. It's honestly not all that bad. At this point, the work account doesn't even look all that bad anymore, but eventually ZombieGrub should run out of steam in her ability to kill workers. Pie should have the freedom to drone up. Once you give any Zerg around this level a lot of time to drone up, they will properly drone up, and then they should be able to make a ridiculous amount of workers. No, I don't think Pie can lose this game. Well, it's definitely possible, but it shouldn't happen. This one wasn't as painful, to be fair, because there was a lot of Hellions that went down, probably like 6. Like 6 Hellions killing 9 drones in a game where the Zerg has the freedom to immediately drone up is really not that bad. That's pretty acceptable. Like, of course, you would rather lose 0 or 2 or 3 drones, but 9 drones for 6 Hellions, and then you buy time for yourself to drone up freely is really not that poor of a trade. As long as the work account looks like this, as long as the grabs look like this, that's totally fine. I think Pie took the too much gas advice a bit too serious while playing Ravager Push and Mudas. Well, Pie has listened to me a lot, and I often quote Lambo in this. But the number one mistake that lower league players make in Starcraft 2 is that they take way too many gases way before they need them. And they are dealing a lot of damage to themselves. Instead of the opponent looking for the damage, having to deal that damage, lower league players in general kill themselves by taking too many assimilators, refineries, extractors, when they simply don't need them. Starcraft 2 is a very hard game, but one thing that shouldn't be hard is that you always have to prioritize minerals over gas. Once you have a lot of minerals, that's when you can take all the gases. If you take gases too early, you're gonna have very little of both, and you're in trouble. After binge watching a bunch of the BBBs, I think this situation would be classified as heaven for the Zerg. Yes, we're getting there. I mean, we've got the big man himself playing later tonight. Always love watching Mixu play. You know, it's not quite Serral, but I think it's the closest thing to it. It makes me happy. And it's a big series for Mixu. So Pie's got Miras, and he's making 14 more drones. Well, he hasn't really done a whole lot with that big lead that he had early on. And there are some Widow Mines. There are a couple drones dying. Pie may take another base. Spread some creep. Get some banelings. Get some damage done, above all. Right now, I still think that our Polish Zerg is in a very good position. Uh-oh. He's so gonna fly into the Widow Mines, right? Black Widow says I'm still a ZombieGrub believer. This would be so sad for Pie, though, if he doesn't win this. Because if he doesn't win this, he's never going to win. Oh? We've got an Overseer. Cuckoo says, I fear Pie loses. Kill the Widow Mine! No! 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 Okay. Thank the Lord it was only 2 mines. What are we doing? Sweet baby Jesus. I hope I set the rating for this stream to 16 plus, because this was not meant for children. What was that? I love how he clumped everything up perfectly as well. Pie got scared there. He's like, these mulas did not do what I wanted to do, so let's go back into roaches, baby. Now I think we forgot that we don't have roach speed. So now Pie is going to attack ZombieGrub, her mech army, with a bunch of slow roaches. He's not going to realize. I think he's too nervous. I think he's freaking out. Good news is that he's still in a really good spot. The bad news is that he's gonna attack mech with slow roaches. I saw a spike and now 5 infect. Oh my god, he's overcomplicating it. I mean, if ZombieGrub ever gets like 90 supply of mech, I think Pie is cooked. I'm not going to lie. Oh my goodness. Is Black Widow right, guys? Is Pie gonna find a way to lose this game? We got 5 infestors. Pie is about to attack with 30 slow roaches. This is straight out of the J Money Magic playbook. Man, I really had high hopes, guys, that we're getting adrenal glands and burrow before roach speed. And an ultralisk cavern. Slow veins, slow roaches. It's just the slowest attack ever. Oh my god. SC2 in slow motion, baby. Oh, bye. I hope we have enough. Do we have enough? 2200 minerals in the bank. It's enough. It is enough. 2200 minerals in the bank. Slow veins, slow roaches, but Pie gets the dub. After a game that I just want to erase from my memory. Immediately. Oh. Uh-oh. Slow-mo GG. That entire game was in slow motion. Thank you, Kukut, for gifting a subby to infinity. It is not a 3-0. But honestly, I'm very worried for Pie. I'd be lying to you guys if I would think that this is the start of the reverse sweep. He got Zergling speed. He had adrenal glands on the way. You know, I just think of day 9 and day 9 talking about clean timing attacks. And then we look at this. A man with 2300 minerals in the bank, slow roaches, slow banelings, researching adrenal glands, dropping an ultralisk cavern, and he went for it, baby. That is the complete opposite of a clean timing attack. That's just a Pie attack. I hope we run the build back. Pie's opening? I don't know about that. Game 4 is going to be played on Whispers of Gold. I think actually a pretty decent map to get your 3-base setup going as a mech player. And I feel like your 4th is not too hard either. Like, let's say you spawn bottom right, this is your main, natural, you get tanks here, protect the 3rd, and the 3rd protects the 4th. So it's not that bad in that regard. Thank you, Bodymate, for the prime. Thank you, Alex G. Punked, for that ass. I guess I have to thank you for that ass. That's all there is to it. But hey, if I get a bucky for every ass that I have ever seen, as a man who spends a lot of time scrolling on Instagram, I'd be very rich. In a sense, though, guys. I'm talking about the football players and the NFL players. You know what I mean? Those asses. I don't know what you guys were thinking of, but where's Maples? Maples plays next. He is the second best of 5 of the night. Round 4, guys. Opening series.
Round 4. Fight.
In the bottom right side, she's doing it again. She is doing it again. The boys are leaving town, unhappy with that previous one. $60 on the line for the winner of this series. This is ZombieGrub. And in the top left side, will it be pool before hatch like we did in game 1, or will it be hatch before pool, and are we in all sorts of trouble? It is our Polish Zerg player, Pie. Honestly, respect. Does take pretty big cojones to go for the back-to-back proxy. After you won 2 games, playing very normal, very macro-oriented, you lose the game because of a builder loss, and you just go for the back-to-back proxy. Yeah. Takes a lot of courage. Oh, Pie's pool is late. Pie is... Oh my god, this is like the latest pool you could ever go for. The hatch and the gas. Oh. Yeah, it would take a miracle, I think, for Pie to hold this. Not because of the builds, necessarily, even though it's always going to be tough for the Zerg, don't get me wrong. It's just that I think ZombieGrub's execution has been a little bit cleaner throughout the series. And I think our boy Pie, I think he panics a little. Obviously not a pro gamer, has never been a pro gamer. He's a pretty damn good video gamer. Not bad in F1, pretty decent in Deadlock, not bad in Starcraft. But it's just different when you know a whole bunch of people are watching, this old man is yapping. It's so easy to panic. And I'm afraid that Pie is gonna panic. The first bunker gets thrown. It's very far away, to be fair. Pie's Overlord flies into the Marine. Listen to or live by the wise words of Mr. Bitterpie. It is better to overreact than to underreact. He might even lose his Overlord there. That's going to supply block him for a little while. He has sent a couple of drones to the low ground. Goes for 1 spine. I'm very confused about the defense here, because we haven't even pulled the drones yet. We're going to get a few more drones to the low ground. 1 spine is not going to save us here, Pie. 1 spine is not going to save us. He's going for almost like the dark defense. Of just maybe an insane amount of Zerglings. I've seen Dark do this a long time ago. But I think those situations were a little bit different. Perhaps, guys, if he just stays defensive. And he moves his spine forward at the right time. And then he just A-clicks it with 100 Zerglings with speed. Not too early, Pie. Not too early. Alright, first spine goes forward. He is going to pull the drones. But no, this is too early, no? Isn't this way too early? I don't think we quite have the DPS yet. It's Zerglings and drones against not 1, not 2, but 3 bunkers. A lot of the Lings are dying, but the SCVs are dying as well. And the first bunker is actually going to get picked off. Now we have to move our spine, but this bunker is not in range of the hatch. Down 4 workers is kind of bad. But he's making 24 Zerglings. Polish Pie. Honestly, this is not too bad, guys. This is not bad at all. 2 base Pie against 1 base ZG. The man can't defend against Hellions if his life depends on it, but this was honestly pretty good. He can surround these Marines as well. Polish Pie is completely back into the series. I'm impressed. I'm very, very impressed. By the way, there's not a... Oh, he could have maybe... I think if he would have clicked the Zerglings immediately to the other side of the map, he would have actually been able to catch these Marines. See how close it is now. The Lings with speed are so quick. Now you can't do much. Please don't lose too many Zerglings here, Pie. I mean, we've got a game, right? It's not necessarily game over for ZG. This is nowhere near as bad as last game. Like, last game was always going to be a disaster because ZombieGrub had 0 DPS on the other side of her wall. This time, she's fine. But Pie should be able to create an economic lead for himself because it's 2 bases against 1. As long as we don't supply block ourselves. If he can get a little scout up, we might still get a game. This is so... This right here, what you just saw, guys, is something that I see in every single J Money game, and it makes me want to rip my eyeballs out. The drones that get produced in the main base, they transfer to the natural, and the ones from the natural, they transfer to the main. So the drones, they all travel too far. There's so much lost mining time. It hurts. And it's not easy, obviously. Like with other races, maybe it's a bit easier than to fix your rally points with Zerg, but these Zergs, they do so much damage to themselves. The ones that get produced in the third, they go to the natural. The ones from the natural go to the fourth base. The ones from the main, they oversaturate the main. They just travel. A whole lot of traveling and very little mining. I don't think you attack as a Zerg. I think you just macro. But most importantly, you need to scout. I think Pie needs to figure out what ZombieGrub is doing. Oh, might get a surround here on 2 Hellions. Oh, he gets in. I mean, eventually you need to fight Pie. I would have liked to see him surround those Hellions and then maybe block the entrance. Like, they're not going to get much here. I think surrounding the 2 Hellions would have been good. Battlecruiser. No, sorry, not Battlecruiser. Barracks. I don't know why I said Battlecruiser. Both starts with a BA. Barracks is getting a scout of in the main. ZombieGrub knows there is a spore. Did Pie now at least scout? Yeah, he saw the fusion core. That's big though. He saw the fusion core though, guys. So that's the good thing about running in that deep with all them Zerglings. The bad news is that Pie right now has 8 army supply. How is it possible, Roddy, that he has 8 army supply? I don't know. What's that spore in the main? Ready to deal with a battlecruiser, I guess. We've got 2 spore crawlers and a spine in our natural. And we have nothing at the third, and we're gonna give up. But ZombieGrub forgets to finish it off. No, she did it on purpose, actually. She didn't want to see the Broodlings deal damage to the Hellbats. Pie makes a very conscious decision of just casually sacrificing the third. You guys know that show, Royal Pains? In the beginning of every single episode of Royal Pains is like, I made a judgment call. No, you made a mistake. Right here, this is Pie, guys. Pie made a judgment call. And everybody else is like, no, you made a mistake. But hey, maybe it's easier to spend our money on 2 bases instead of 3. I like that show, by the way. I know it's not that popular, but you're watching ZombieGrub versus Pie, Goblin. I know, mate. Trust me when I say I've tried. A Nidus, Roaches, +1 missile attack, a lot of queens. Well, a lot of queens, I mean 4 queens. Okay, we're never gonna kill a battlecruiser with 4 queens. But hear me out. What if the battlecruiser jumps to the other side of the map? And then Pie Nidus is the main base of ZG. And then you can't use tactical jump back. If this battlecruiser jumps to the other side of the map right when the Nidus shows up in the main, something could have gone well. I think ZG kind of knows. Did he see the Nidus by any chance? Or where is it anyway? Oh yeah, she saw it. Or maybe this was something else because it was cancelled. Wait, so she saw the Nidus, Pie cancelled the Nidus, now goes Infestation Pit. Okay. So ZombieGrub saw the Nidus and Pie decided to cancel it. And goes Infestation Pit instead. Maybe Swarmhost? Is Pie capable of playing Swarmhost? No, the Liberators got changed back. Pie playing like Dark is peak Pie. I can guarantee you that Dark will look at this and he will not see a single thing that he's ever done in any of his games in the last 14 years. I don't hate Swarmos as long as we have an answer for Banshees and Battlecruisers. Yeah, I agree, I think. I've had fun. In the end of the day, the first series of the Big Brain Bouts is all about having fun. From here on out, afterwards, it gets a bit more serious and it gets a lot more competitive, and obviously the skill level goes up tremendously. The first series is to have fun, and I've been having a good time. Like, I liked watching this. I'd love to see Pie somehow force a game 5. Because obviously if it's game 5, Roddy gets a bonus. So we need game 5, guys. Maple said, oh, Pie! Fungo! Hello! What am I looking at? Why does the man build Infestus if he doesn't want to use it? Oh my goodness, no. No, we're gonna lose by 10 drones. Bye! Right, the two battle cruisers have made their way to the other side of the map. Neural Parasite is almost done. Oh. ZombieGrub hit us with the Yamato and got the hell out of there. Maybe afraid that Neural Parasite was going to finish up. That I guess is decent, but... ZombieGrub, her tanks are stuck in the main. I have the feeling that she did try to rally them to the low ground, but... Thank you, Jay, can make it. So am I, mate. And I feel like we're off to a pretty decent start. Is it painful, Roddy? Yeah, of course. From time to time it is painful, but it's still really fun. Couple of battle cruisers. ZombieGrub needs to be careful, by the way, because A, tactical jump is not ready, and B, Neural Parasite is ready. The nice thing for Pie, though, this game, guys, that he actually has a bit of an economy. In these other games, he just got completely destroyed by Hellions. Right now, he actually has a bit of a chance. Why no Hydras? Because Pie is not that rich. Hydras are expensive, and Hydras are not going to do well off-grid. And Pie just loves making roaches. Here we go. We're going to run a lot of roaches on top. Too many tanks. Neural Parasite Pie with the place. What is this? What kind of an attack is this? The tanks are attacking the hellbeds. The roach is still doing their thing, but one of the three battle cruisers teleported home. And I see a whole lot of roaches dying. And Pie says, you know what, I need more roaches. The problem with this attack is not enough roaches. So we're going to fire up 32 additional roaches. They've got +1 missile attacks. All the infestors have died. We could really use a few more infestors, by the way. So just so we have Neuro and we can make these VCs fight each other. Pie cannot kill these. Pie, you cannot kill 3 battle cruisers that are full HP with 7 queens. Hey, I know queens are good, Pie, but this is not the fight. This is not the fight, my friend. And we've got a couple of Hellions driving into this natural base as well at 12 o'clock. And Pie immediately says, you know what, the best defense is offense. More roaches into the other side of the map. I'm gonna grab the floor, I'm gonna grab a tank, and I'm gonna get 1 or 2 more tanks. Oh my god, the man hates roaches. Deep down inside, I am certain that he hates roaches. And it's 2 battle cruisers that completely make Pie fall apart, make him panic. And it's a ZombieGrub who gets the dub. 3-1. As ZG walks away with 60 buckies for winning this best of 5. And Pie will still get 15. That's a lot of roaches dying within 75 seconds, guys. Oh, it was playable for Pie. This final game, the early game, honestly was pretty good. And I think we got ourselves in a more than playable spot when we had the infestors. We had a couple spore crawlers, but... Panic kicked in and took over. GG's. Congrats to ZombieGrub for winning her best of 5 and walking away with the 60 bucks provided by Basilisk. I think that was a fun way to start the night, guys. I enjoyed it. I hope ZG enjoyed it as well. See you streaming if you guys want to congratulate her.
It's actually kind of crazy having play versus mech players as other races. The amount of other mech players that play ladder and don't use their Hellions.
So she's probably going over a series. I posted the link in the chat if you guys want to say GG's. Congrats. Everybody's happy when they win a series in the BBB. So
it's almost like a surprise when I do. Thank you, Mesochobo, for the 3 months. Thanks for winning the channel points.
I like it when ZG is happy.
You guys believed in me, but
it's a good series, ZG. Alright, we're moving on, obviously, because we have 3 more series to go, and we don't want to fall too far behind the schedule. Ooh, the prediction was mighty close. Wow, that's a lot of points, by the way, for the first series of the night. What the hell? 1.2 million points were wagered on this best of 5. Pie as a slight favorite, according to Twitch chat, but it was a ZombieGrub who fought hard. Well, big bets were made here. Complete prediction, GG. Next up, it's a PVT that I'm actually very excited for. It is Maples from Canada versus a Future from America. Best of 5, BBB number 75. The winner gets 80 bucks, the loser gets 20. Maples, Canadian P, a Future, USAT. Honestly, a very difficult one to call as well, if you ask me. I'll give you guys, well, we can do 15 minutes, I think, because I'm going to go ahead and take a very tiny break. And after that, I'll be back. Of course, we're playing on the new maps and a mixture of the old maps. And we're playing on the PTR. Give it a couple minutes, and then we'll continue. The BASILISK Big Brain Bouts number 75. Did somebody put us on Team Liquid yet? Nope. That's so sad. Somebody, normally who does great things for me, is not going to put us on TL. They forgot. Who the hell do these volunteers think they are, guys? Not even doing what we all expect them to do. It's a bit of a shame. Legalek says Maples 1-3 future. Yes, but does Legalek know that we are playing on new maps? Does Legalek know that we're playing on the new patch? Does Legalek know how many games Maples has played lately or that future has played lately? I don't think Legalek does, so I'll take a tiny break and then we'll continue with the BBB number 75. Great start of the night. I'm having fun. Hopefully you guys are having fun. I'll see you soon.